Hi there. Just give me a minute. Yes, here it is. Start. Come or bring into being. Begin to do. Cause to happen. Start. A fascinating little word when you think about it. Well, I've been thinking about it and I've decided today's magazine is going to be all about it. In fact, let's just go ahead and get started.
Prevent chikungunya. Get rid of mosquito breeding sites around the home. Empty dish drainers and keep refrigerator troughs dry. Punch holes in the bottom of tin cans before placing them in the garbage. Keep houseplants in damp soil instead of water and keep flower pot saucers dry. Keep drains, ditches, roof gutters and eaves clean so water will drain properly. And remember to open your windows during fogging. Also, wear light-colored clothing and cover your body as much as possible to prevent mosquito bites. For more information on chikungunya prevention, call the Ministry of Health toll-free at 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683. Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Stacey Ann Smith is about to give you a rundown on the news of the day. And after she gets done, a little slice of history in man's unending quest for flight.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, June 4. Government has put measures in place to ensure that telecommunications companies are ready for the June 22 deadline to implement number portability.
As a matter of fact, we have appointed a single individual who on a daily basis, and I need a report morning and in the afternoon, from now on until the appointed date, to make sure that everything moves smoothly.
The Technology Minister told JIS News that he was disappointed that the country was unable to meet the initial May 31 deadline to implement number portability. An extension was granted to allow telecommunications company Lime to finalize its systems.
Rather than throwing the entire telecommunication system in turmoil, I acceded to a request from them to allow them 22 more days. They have assured me that all the resources will be put in place, that the testings will be done, and that come the 22nd of June, all systems will go.
Number portability allows an individual to move from one service provider to another while retaining their mobile and fixed line telephone numbers. Motorists who cause road crashes that damage public infrastructure will soon have to pay for the damage. Transport and Works Minister Dr. Omar Davies says a special unit in the National Works Agency will be pursuing such cases.
Let me just indicate that I have received authorization from the Attorney General's chambers. And so when you crash and hit down the light pole or the road furniture, this is now going to be the first charge on your insurance.
Dr. Davies was speaking yesterday at the Jamaica Gasoline Retailers Association's launch of National Road Safety Month. He said the amended Road Traffic Act to be debated in Parliament later this month had stiffer penalties for those who breach the road code. That's expected to help improve road safety.
One of the strange things is that many persons, in going through the amendments, have sought to signal why it costing so much. Why are they fined so much? The better question is, and more important, you don't have to pay those fines if you obey the rules. You don't have, these fines are not revenue measures. They are measures meant to increase the level of discipline on the road.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller says the National Road Safety Council will be assessing the status of road safety in Jamaica.
We will take some time to review the statistics and evaluate the campaign we have been waging. We will look to see how best we can increase the messaging and interventions to improve safety on the roads for all road users.
The Prime Minister also urged persons to be careful when using the roadways and to obey the road code. Motorcyclists and pedal cyclists were also reminded to wear their helmets.
One head injury can create a serious challenge for an entire family. Too many pedestrians are crossing the road when it is unsafe to do so. Too many motorists continue to break the speed limit and to run the red light.
For the January to June 2015 period, 150 Jamaicans lost their lives due to road crashes. The Ministry of Education is using its national school inspection reports to address child abuse and other matters in the nation's schools. Permanent Secretary Elaine Foster Allen says so far about 90,000 responses have been collected from students.
We're analyzing those experiences and we will be reporting on them. They cover things like personal development, social development, how they're treated in schools, because sometimes, abuse takes place anywhere.
Mrs. Foster Allen was speaking at a recent town hall meeting on children held in Clarendon. She urged students to speak out about abuse.
Please say something, whether you do it in writing, anonymously, or you find somebody you can confide in, or you make a phone call, but do it. Be empowered.
And finally, the minister responsible for the environment is appealing to people in Western Jamaica to resist the urge to burn.
Those who love to burn, particularly the slash and burn farmers, run the risk of burning down not only the land they are seeking to clear, but their homes, their livestock, and in the process are risking their lives as well as the lives and property of their neighbors.
Minister Peckersgill was speaking at a recent land titling ceremony in St. James where 70 Jamaicans received certificates of allotment. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
"232 years ago to the day, two European brothers successfully launched what is purported to be the first unmanned hot air balloon in modern history. Paper producers Joseph and his younger brother Jacques-Étienne Montgolfier had bandied about a few balloon flight theories over the years, but casual observations coupled with trial and error led to several tests in early 1783, using balloons made of wax paper powered by burnt wool and straw. June 4, though, launched one of the most important of those tests. The landing, not so great. Superstitious farmers laid fiery waste to that device, but it provided enough momentum for later, more public exhibitions like the brothers' Royal Commissioned flight, involving a sheep, a duck, and a rooster, in place of man, of course. Others made similarly progressive hot air balloon contributions during and since that period, including the Montgolfier brothers, who continued to perfect their design. But by all accounts, that June 4 test in a French field in 1783 is forever marked as an important advancement in man's long-standing quest to be like the birds and conquer the air. The story of the Montgolfier brothers couldn't have happened without innovation and a go-get-em attitude. The kind that says, just start, somewhere, something, and see where it takes you. Coming up, young entrepreneurs right here in Jamaica are embracing innovation and being helped to get started.
Putting a business plan to paper and seeking equity funding is not that simple for young tech entrepreneurs aspiring to make it big, but government has made that possible. Through Startup Jamaica, app developers representing 60 companies were taken through a vigorous boot camp to test the viability of their products. From there, 10 were selected to go on to an accelerator program to further advance their products for financing, marketing, and business potential locally and overseas. And then it was time to seal the deal.
What we're trying to do here is to take young Jamaicans who have great ideas, who are extremely talented, but who need mentorship, business guidance, support, and access to capital, and provide them with those opportunities so that they can convert ideas into businesses.
And the business it has become for the first set of companies coming out of Startup Jamaica. We focus on 3 today: River Farm, CrimeBot, and the Vine List. All have secured equity funding of $30,000 US from Oasis 500 in Jordan.
It shows that there is value in what you're doing and people actually see value, but at the same time it lets you know that you are now responsible for the growth of your company, as there are external people involved now. It's not just in your head anymore, it's actually happening for real.
This is going to be a great opportunity, first of all, because this is the first round of investment, and so in terms of demonstrating to others, especially for later capital injections or later follow-on capital coming into the company, this is a demonstration of value. Somebody has taken the first step to invest in you.
A key partner in Startup Jamaica, the World Bank has been making contact with companies and getting them on board.
It feels great to have someone on board outside of our current ecosystem who also believes in the product, and we look forward to what they can do for us and what we can learn from them.
Participants receive half of the investment in cash to support their businesses. The remainder comes in the form of training, mentorship, and technical support to get their companies ready for the global stage. That takes place in Jordan between April and July 2015 during a 100-day accelerator program with the participants.
We are very excited to go and learn and not only bring back investment, which is very good, but also to bring back capital, that's mental capital, that we can assist other startups in bringing their companies to the level that we have been.
Now, this 100 days program will really equip them and with world-class tools and experiences to be able to then go in front of larger investors and really pitch the idea for a much bigger product and service that whatever they're working on to be able to access scalable opportunities on a global level.
Oasis has a very high success rate where 80% of those who go through their acceleration process get follow-on funding, because they work within the entrepreneurs to refine their ideas so that they are business ready and investment ready.
The apps developed by these young entrepreneurs will offer solutions to our everyday lives.
Our intent is to eradicate crime or even bring it to its lowest point.
And to do so without fear, using the CrimeBot platform to report crime and remain unidentified. As for farmers,
our app will first give them a planting season tool that they'll be able to use. So this tool will be able to look at the weather, the soil type, and the marketability of the crop they're about to plant. And this tool would advise them on that.
And if you don't know where to find that particular item you want, don't worry.
What we did is we built something that allowed someone to pretty much post the products they're looking for specifically, and we made that accessible to merchants.
Their foundations were laid at Digital Jam 3.0 Caribbean Edition, hosted by the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining. CrimeBot emerged the overall winner.
The feeling is unbelievable. It's rare that we get a chance to actually make a difference, and the win tells us that we can make a difference. And going forward, it just means that our next step is to do many things. Start here in Jamaica, which is where we actually started the platform, and try to expand to the Caribbean, and then further across the world if possible. And that's really the limit of CrimeBot, the world.
That was March 2014. Now, fast forward to 2015. The team is once again reaping success through government's entrepreneur building initiative, Startup Jamaica, and commended the program.
What they're doing is highly important because ideas are here, and the persons who have the ideas don't necessarily have what it takes to get it to market. So them facilitating this through Startup Jamaica will mean the gains will be exceptional in the long term. I mean, ideas that would be on paper would now become products. So it's a great program and hopefully continues.
It's very important. Capital is a very big deal, and for a company that's not this traditional to Jamaica, it's very hard to find people who are willing to invest. So when you do get that capital, it helps to push you forward and help you take the next step that's necessary to growing a young company.
It is a very good idea, and it is something that is very needed, because in Jamaica here we have a lot of brilliant minds, persons who are developers like myself, who are looking for opportunities to assist them business-wise, and also to assist them in projecting themselves so that they can become more attractive and so that they can grow from being an idea to being a product and become profitable. So I think it's a very good thing.
These are the trailblazers, charting the course for others that will follow. And the government is right there, putting them in contact with partners to make reality of their business ideas.
I wonder where Chantal is. You know me can't find him for Wait, I know when they know. Watch me her name. Hey Chantal, where you watch? GIS?
No most you know say that the program are the best.
Them always the places where you have progress. I'm made of them there. Don't me now guess.
I most Manchester's finest.
Hey, hide your remote, not change the station. Cause we soon come back with more information from the school and the station where you're number one, from the school and the program where you're number one.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
So it's hardly a surprise to you that we're kind of enamored with the word start today. Yeah, we're not done. Right now, we want you to start something really important, planning for natural disasters like hurricanes. It's that season, and believe me, you don't want to be caught unprepared. So right now, we have some tips for sorting out one of the dangers that come with hurricanes and their heavy winds.
Pruning will not only save the trees from wind damage, it improves production and makes harvesting much easier.
The tools you need for the job for pruning are necessarily your secateur and your pruning saws. Other mechanical tools might include your telescopic pole pruners, like what we have here. This pole pruner has the ability to extend to approximately 13 feet.
Before you cut the tree, one of the things you need to do is to assess the whole tree. Walk around the tree, look at it. If I cut this branch, how will it affect the growth on that side? If I cut over here, where the branch will fall. This tree is approximately 25 feet tall, and it's too tall. Whenever the tree is too tall, it serves as a barrier or a resistance to the wind during the storm. And if the tree puts up too much resistance, you cause the tree to topple over or uprooted. And if the tree is too compact, if you have a lot of branches overcrowding each other and crossing each other, then the canopy will be too thick, it will be too compact. So if and when the storm comes and the wind, the tree will provide a resistance. And that is where you get the damage. You will get damage to your branches or even to the extent where the tree is uprooted. So what we are doing is to reduce the height of the tree and at the same time open up the canopy so the air can pass through. Basically, you need to reduce the height of your tree to about 12 feet. So by the time you get regrowth. If you notice where the branch joins the trunk of the tree, there's a swelling here. This is a swelling. This is known as your branch color, like your shirt color. So whenever you're cutting and pruning your trees in preparation for the storm, or you're doing your normal pruning, you need to cut your branch within an inch of the branch color. And if you cut within an inch of the branch color, you don't need to paint it. You don't need to paint it. Suppose you need to remove this branch. Where these two branches join, you refer to it as a fork. Like a fork,
You need to remove this one, you cut with inch of the fork. If you notice, there are some bumps here. If you notice, here's a bump here, another bump here, one here. These bumps are known as node. And there's a swelling at each node. And the same reason that there are sufficient chemicals and tissue in here to seal the cut. So if you need to remove this branch out here, you remove it within an inch of the node. Granted, you make your cut slant, like at a 45-degree angle, so when the rain falls, the water will run off. But like in everything else, every rule has exception. If you are pruning an avocado, a breadfruit tree, or a June plum, then you need to paint those. Because the center of those trees are like a sponge, and they will absorb the water, and you will lose the tree. Now that we have removed the apical branches, and we are opening up the entire center of the tree, the canopy, what you are looking at now is like a wine glass effect.
For young trees, you should start pruning and train them as they get to 3 feet. Ensure your branches are spreading laterally and not vertically, and to keep your fruit tree at a maximum height of no more than 15 feet.
That observation is tomorrow, but you don't need to wait till then to do your bit for the planet. Start today. There are many ways. In fact, we have a suggestion, and it doesn't take much out of you. Have a look.
Part in preserving our environment as much as possible. That's the reality.
Jamaicans love going to the beach, hardly surprising since we are a tropical island people. But we aren't the only fans. Among its many offerings, Jamaica's tourism landscape owes much to the appeal of our many miles of white sand beaches. Yet, although these gems of nature offer us both a place to play and earn, all too often, this is how we treat them.
From diapers to container covers, plastic, bottles, bags, you name it, it's out here.
According to the US-based nonprofit environmental advocacy group Ocean Conservancy, our oceans sustain us with the basic elements of life, producing half of the oxygen in the air we breathe and serving as an essential part of the water cycle. Beaches are the frontier of this essential resource, providing habitat and nesting grounds for important ocean wildlife like sea turtles and seabirds, and helping to sustain complex coastal economies. It's why local organizations like the National Environment and Planning Agency and the Urban Development Corporation regularly organize exercises to clear our beaches of the debris so carelessly discarded.
The objective is really, most importantly, to raise the awareness amongst the general population about how our everyday activities affect our coastal resources, because what we find is that when we dispose of garbage improperly, it ends up right back on the beach.
Don't litter, don't throw garbage in the sea, in the rivers, in gullies and stuff. Just keep the environment clean.
Because we want a clean environment to come in and play and swim.
Polluting our beaches with trash is not just an eyesore. It affects the health of people, wildlife, and economies. And what we do on land invariably ends up in the water. The result could be injury to swimmers and beachgoers, wildlife being harmed from eating or getting trapped in the garbage, boat propellers being ensnared, and tourists seeking more pristine environs to vacation.
It's very important because if all the garbage washes away into the sea, the marine animals will choke and they will die. It will cause pollution.
The beaches are nature's gift to us, offering up a relaxing environment to get away from the stressors of life, enjoy them, and allow others to do the same.
say time is money.
Easy driver. Well, nobody must man and taxi driver drive so bad.
Why him have to drive so hard? Me not gonna make you kill off me and me picnic them.
One-stop driver. Make her come off this bus. Me say stop.
Me coming with you. The rest of not take chance in the life. Lord of mercy! That could have been us.
And look how we want the money.
Passengers, your safety is in your hands. Say one-stop driver and get off if the driver is speeding, overtaking recklessly, and not obeying the rules of the road. Don't give away your life. It is too precious.
So, as you must start somewhere, an end is also inevitable. This is where Jamaica Magazine ends today. You know the drill. Our website is still up and running, and that app still available for download from the Google Play Store. Also, we really do read your emails, so keep sending them. And if you find yourself on YouTube, well, you know what to do. I'm Kerry-Ann Smith. Someone else anchors the magazine tomorrow. While you wait for that, maybe now is a good time to get started on that idea that keeps popping up in your mind. You never know what might result. See you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.